Okay, so when they are shifting on the one side, it will create the moment W into X, and this moment W into X will make the complete system, that is this ship along with these two persons, unstable. Okay, and they will topple on the one side. If you observe the second diagram where the two persons are sitting in the ship, okay, if they slightly shift on one side, so this is the schematic diagram. If this is the free surface of the water, and this rectangular block, it represents these two position or two persons. Okay, so somewhere here we will have the center of gravity, which is quite close to the ground. Okay, and this is the equilibrium axis. If they try to shift on one side, so this is the displaced position of the two person. Okay, so this center of gravity will get displaced on the right side by very small distance compared to this x distance. Okay, so in this case we will have the moment. So this is the W, it is the same weight, it act in downward direction, but the moment value W into X, this is second moment, this is the first moment, will be less compared to the first. Okay, and therefore there is a less possibility of the topple on the second line or the second case. Okay, so this is the effect of the center of gravity on the stability. So the next application is the design of the beams used in the machines or used in the construction of the buildings. So you must have seen such type of beams in the construction of the bridges or the buildings. So these beams are having different cross sections. So this is called as an I beam, having the T beam. So it is having the cross section T. Then this is the rectangular beam, so which is common beam used in the construction of the buildings. It is having the rectangular cross section. Then next we have the I beam. So it is having the I cross section. Okay. So this is again a T cross section. So when we design this beam, we select any one of these cross section, either it is T, I, rectangle, okay, or sometimes we use the square, circle. So when we design the beam having this cross section, we need to find out the location of the center of gravity. Okay, so center of gravity for such objects or cross sections we can find out by using this formula of the centroid. X bar is equal to summation ai xi divided by summation of the area, and y bar is equal to summation ai yi divided by the summation of the area. Okay, so by using this formula x bar and y bar, we can find out the centroid with respect to the given standard axis x and y axis. So this is again application of the centroid formula. Okay, so now we will solve the problems on the centroid. So if any complex shape is given, and if you want to find out the center of gravity or the centroid with respect to the reference axis, then how to find out the centroid? So this is the given complex shape. So basically it is a T section. Okay. And this is reference axis, X axis, and this is the Y axis. So dimensions here given. This is 20 centimeter. This is 50 centimeter. And this is again 20 centimeter. Okay. And the question is, find the coordinates of the centroid for the given geometrical shape. So basically we have to find out the G, X bar and the Y bar. Okay. So this is not a standard shape. So just by observation, we cannot say what is the location of this centroid. Okay. But we can divide this given shape into known geometrical shapes. So known geometrical shapes are square, then we have the rectangle, triangle, circle, then semicircle, quarter circle, okay, or this sector. So these are known geometrical shapes for which we can directly give the value of centroid with respect to X and Y axis. As the given shape is a T shape, so we can divide this shape into standard geometrical shapes. So here we can divide the given shape into rectangles. So first rectangle we can select. So this is the first rectangle. So it is having the dimension 50 and the 20. And second rectangle we can select. So this dimension, this is 60 centimeter. So having the dimension 60 by 20 centimeter. Okay. So to solve this problem, you can prepare the table. So first column is the serial numbers for the objects. Second column, it is the area. So it is taken as the AI. Then next is the X coordinate for that area. So it is XI. Next is the Y coordinate, that is a YI. Then it is a product AI into XI. Then AI into YI. Okay. So now we have divided this given geometrical object into two shapes. One is the rectangle. So first is the rectangle. So rectangle 1. So its dimension is 50 by 20. So it is 50 by 20 centimeter. So this is the area. So you can find out this value. So it is 1000 square centimeter. Second object, again it is a rectangle. So this is rectangle 2. It is having the dimension 60 by 20. So it is 1200 centimeter square. Now locate this X coordinate of the centroid for the rectangle 1. So for the rectangle 1, we know the center of gravity or the centroid. So this is the G1, location of the centroid. Okay. Find out its X coordinate. So this is the X1 with respect to the Y axis. Okay. And this is the Y1 with respect to the X axis. Or distance along Y axis is nothing but the Y1. Distance along X axis is nothing but the X1. So this Y1, this is equal to, how we can find out this Y1? Observe the complete length along the Y axis. So this is 50 centimeter. So it is 50 by 2, that is equal to 25 centimeter. X1 value, this is equal to, observe the length along the X axis. Okay. So this is the length along the X axis. So this is 20 centimeter. So this distance, this is equal to 20 by 2, that is equal to 10 centimeter. Okay, but we want the coordinate with respect to the origin or with respect to the standard y-axis. So this is 10 centimeter. We have to add some distance. So we have to add this distance. Okay. So how to find out this distance? So observe this length. This is 60 centimeter. Okay. So from 60 centimeter, subtract this 20. So remaining will be 40. Okay. So 40, we will get 20 on this side and 20 on this side. So x1 is equal to 20 plus 10. So you can write here x1, this is equal to 20 plus 10. So that is equal to 30 centimeter. Similarly for the rectangle 2. So this is the rectangle 2 and this is the centroid for the rectangle 2. So this is G2 and this is the x coordinate. So it is x2. So x coordinate directly you can find out total length is 60. So it is 60 by 2, that is equal to 30 centimeter. So this is 30 centimeter. Okay. Now refer the y coordinate. So for the rectangle 1, y coordinate will be directly 50 by 2, that is equal to 25. And for second rectangle y coordinate, so this is G2, this is 20 centimeter. So with respect to this baseline of the rectangle 2, this distance is equal to the 10 centimeter. Okay. And y coordinate means we have to measure this complete distance. So this is the y2 with respect to the x-axis. Okay. So this y2 will be this 50 centimeter plus this 10 centimeter. So this is 50 plus 10 centimeter. Okay. So y coordinate will be 50 plus 10 centimeter. That is equal to 60 centimeter. Okay. So I hope this is clear. If you have any doubt how to find out this coordinate, you can directly ask the question. So this is the first rectangle. For the first rectangle, this is the location of the center of gravity, G1. So it will have the coordinates x1 and the y1. Okay. So we want to find out what is x1 and what is y1. So with respect to this y-axis, this distance is nothing but the x1 value. And with respect to the x-axis, distance will be y, that is a y1. So to find out this x1, this width is given for this rectangle, that is equal to 20 centimeter. Okay. This x1 is measured with respect to y-axis. So first we have to find out with respect to this line, okay, what is the distance of the center of gravity. So this distance is nothing but the 20 by 2. It is half of this side. So this is 10 centimeter. Okay. Now measure the distance with respect to the y-axis. So we have to add this distance. Okay. So this distance from the given shape, this is 40 centimeter. Okay. So we can write x1 is equal to 40 plus 10, that is equal to 50 centimeter. Okay. Y1 means what? Distance of center of gravity with respect to the x-axis. So this directly y1 is nothing but the 50 by 2. So this is 25 centimeter. So y1 is equal to 25 centimeter because this height is given, that is equal to 50 centimeter. Okay. Now refer the second rectangle. Second rectangle is somewhere here. This is center of gravity for the second rectangle. So this is a G2. It is having the coordinates x2 and the y2. So the distance of the G2 with respect to x-axis is called as a y coordinate. This is the y2 and this is the x2. Okay. So x2 we will directly get, this is 60 centimeter. So this is 60 by 2, that is equal to 30 centimeter. And the y coordinate, so first find out the position of this y coordinate with respect to this baseline, that is the base of this rectangle. Okay, so this is 20 centimeter, so this will be 10 centimeter. And now measure this distance with respect to the x-axis. So we have to add this distance. Okay, so this distance is nothing but the 50 centimeter. So 50 plus 10 is nothing but the complete y2. So y2 is equal to 50 plus 10 centimeter, that is equal to 60 centimeter. So this is how we can find out the x and y coordinate for the each rectangle. Okay, so is it clear to you? So here x1 is 30 centimeter, x2 is, so x2 is also 30 centimeter. Okay, and y1 is 25 and the y2 is 60 centimeter. So find out this value ai xi, then ai yi. So multiply this area and x, then multiply this area and the y. So find out all four values. After this, add these two values. So this is called as summation. It is summation ai xi. So you will get some answer. And similarly, add these two values, that is the vertical values. So this is summation ai yi. Okay. At the same time, add these areas a1 and a2. So this is called as summation of the ai. And then use the formula for the centroid for the complex geometrical shape. First is the x bar. It is equal to summation ai xi divided by the summation of the ai, and y bar is equal to summation ai yi divided by the summation of ai. Okay, so basically this formula is nothing but a1 x1 plus a2 x2 divided by a1 plus a2, and this formula is a1 y1 plus a2 y2 divided by a1 plus a2. Okay, so finally this answer will be the centroid of the complete shape, that is a T shape. So get these two values. So this is your final answer, and then represent the answer like this. So centroid, it is represented by the letter capital G, which is x bar y bar, that is equal to G. Put the values from your calculation. So this is x bar and this is the y bar. Okay, so complete this problem as a homework. So today we will stop here.